3 kilometers in to a 90 kilometer Strava segment KOM attempt. You heard that right. This segment is 90 kilometers long, and I didn't make it. So this segment is called the Fighting Squirrel, which, when you see the completed route, you kind of see that it looks like a squirrel going to box someone. And I'm not too sure who completed it or created this segment, but it's just a small, kind of a local one. Now small, it's 90 kilometers, but in terms of how many people have done the segment, takes a lot of twists and turns up and down over the Knockenhill Downs, so it's not that well known, I suppose. But we're out today to give it a smash and get a KOM for ourselves. So the whole segment is just under the 90 kilometers. It's 89 point something, and it's got over 1500 meters of elevation and climbing. So it's not just your everyday 5-minute blast, but great training for Mallorca. And settling in there now around 8.5k. I wouldn't say I've got ideal conditions for a KOM attempt. It's blustery, the wind is swirling. I could have a tailwind the whole way, I could have a headwind the whole way, I could have crosswinds and up and down over the mountains. Could give me anything, so we'll just take it as it comes and see how we fare. It's too early to call, really, if I'm going to take it or not. Like, you know, it's not an all-out burst, it's a long slog, but I know I've got to hold a pace, an average speed faster than 26.3 kilometers an hour. And if I can hold an average above that, then the crown is mine. Now I'll let you into a little secret, is that there won't be any losers today, because I actually already have the KOM on this segment. Went out last year and took it. I think only one person has attempted it since. He did it about a week after me. Tried to steal it right from under my nose, Dave Bailey, and he fell short by a minute, so he was close. And over 90k a minute, it's not that long, so once this video gets out, I'm pretty sure a couple of people are probably going to go and try and take this, but that's what segments are for, competition, and to kind of spur each other on for good riding, good efforts. So yeah, I have the KOM at 3 hours 24 minutes, like I said, 26.3 kilometers an hour with the average pace. So we'll see how we're going. This will be a great marker of all the training. Coming about 3 weeks out now from Mallorca, so 90k, 1500 meters in under 3:24. I'll be very happy with that. 3 weeks out now from Mallorca, so yeah, we'll get stuck into it now, and we're just about to turn onto the tail of the Squirrel. We're going up over towards Newcastle, and then we'll pretty much turn straight away in Newcastle and come back up over the other side of it and down towards Mellery. So yeah, we'll get the tail done anyway. Check in again. up over the top of the Knockboy climb. So out of Cappoquin, crest over this, and descend down into Newcastle. Legs are feeling okay, first climb in the books. Let's push on. Coming down there, so I'd say anyone that enjoys their descending, come up from the Cappoquin side, go up over Knockboy, and you are in for a treat down the other side. It is so smooth and fast, so definitely get up and over there if you're looking to take maybe a cheeky descending KOM there or something, or if you're just out for a bit of fast descending. It's a beautiful surface. Descended down into Newcastle, straight away turn back around, and we're going completing up the tail of the Squirrel, and we're on the road towards Mellery now. Average speed is 28.4, built up a nice bit there coming down that descent, and we've 27 kilometres done, so just coming on to the hour mark now. We'll get up and over now, hopefully we'll avoid this shower, and down to Mellery. Spicy one. Hangs around 7-8% the whole way. I keep jumping up to kind of 12-13. So let's keep pushy and get to the top. Pure misery. Had to go over quickly, put on another layer, just quickly throw on this relay. I'm in shorts, I have no shoe covers on or anything, and the weather that was supposed to come in this evening has of course come in way before schedule, so it's got pretty cold there coming down that descent in the shorts. So let's see if we can get the legs going again now. Down to Mellery. Swung our right to the Cat's Bar, and we're starting to make our way up towards the V. Whew. There's no turning back now anyway. If I wanted to pull the plug, I'd bypass my two chances. So we're just going to the last little pull up to the top of the V here, and then descend to Cloheen. We're 50 kilometres in, an hour and 54, and feeling good. Oh my god, I didn't expect this weather at all. It's just kind of one of those things now where you're kind of wet anyway, and I'm out now, so I'll just push on. It's only about another hour and 20 minutes to finish off this Squirrel, so we're heading up over the top of the head of him now, and visibility is 0. over into Tip, descended the V into Cloheen, and the roads are dry over here. Thank God. Cold, freezing, cold legs again going descending off that hill. But we're into the final stretch now, I suppose. About 29 kilometers to go, and I've got an hour and 10 minutes to do it, and I'll shave a good bit off that PV or that KOM that's standing on the fighting squirrel. So down through the neck of the squirrel now, heading over towards his punching arm, and about half the climbing done, so still a fair bit of pushing to go in the next 29 kilometers, but if it stays dry we'll be okay. So we'll kick on. So we're starting up the Shanahan climb now, which again locals will know as a spicy one. Once again, and especially on this route after you've done Knockboy both ways, to come up this then kind of finishes you off really. But good old local representatives, they've been out again and they've done the road for me. So it's a great time to be out and doing the Squirrel with the roads like this. Woo! Down off Shanahan towards Argland there, and I had to stop and check the route quickly because I thought I had to go up over the windmills, but from what I could see in the coverage I had on the phone, I think it's left to Ballysaggart and then drop into Lismore, so I lost a little bit of time there checking that. About 13 kilometers to go. I reckon it's going to be kind of close whether or not I'll beat my record or not. So I'll just try and power on now for the last bit and see if we get it or not. The end of the 90k loop. Just going to go out the road and back a little bit just to cool off the legs. A little sprint finish at the end there. It was tough to know whether I was going to make it or not, so I just give it a push just to make sure, or just to kind of make sure I took as much time as I could at the end. The roads are very wet coming down out of Ballysaggart, so I was being cautious. Just 3 weeks out from Mallorca, don't do anything stupid going into the corner too hard and the wheels coming. So yeah, happy enough for that effort. Far from ideal conditions once we got up out of Cabin on the first that started the loop, so yeah, I wasn't pressed to go really. Legs are covered in shit, but the body feels good, so that's the main thing. It's good to have that in the legs now. And I've gone outside and not sat in a turbo there for 3 hours, so we'll cool off the legs, we'll get home, nice warm shower, grab a coffee, and we'll see where we stand on that segment. at the end of Flanders last weekend. Shower first, then coffee. Now, all cleaned up and caffeinated. So I'm just having a look there at the Strava file, and we got it. We took the KOM off of ourselves. But yeah, some good stuff to look back on over it. So I did it in 3:22:47 today. And the last time I did it, it's only my second time doing this, I suppose, on a 90k Strava segment. You're not going doing it every week. So yeah, my second time doing it. The last time I did it was last year in June. My biking probably wasn't as much as I've been doing at the minute, and my climbing legs probably weren't there. I was training for 70.3. But I did it last year in 3:24:28 at that 26.3 kilometer an hour average. And the average watts were 192 back in June last year. And then on today's one, in what I would have considered less than favourable conditions, I definitely remember doing that in June last year in shorts and a t-shirt. And today we got every kind of weather, you could see it in the video. But I did it in 3 hours 22:47, so I took about a minute and a half off of the time, 26.5 kilometers an hour average, and the average watts were 202 according to Strava. So it's a 10 watt improvement over that 90k. So that's pretty good, pretty happy with that. The normalized came in at around 240 for the 3 hours and 22. So again, pretty happy with that. That's some solid work put on that. And yeah, we got it. So there it is now on the map there. You can see the way it looks like a squirrel. I did think about pulling the plug on it here after the tail, pretty soaked at that point, and I said I'd keep going up towards the V, and then I could pull the plug somewhere around here and just come back down the road home. But I kind of fully committed at that point in there, so I kind of kept going up around and finished it off. Stopped somewhere around here. I thought I had to climb up over the windmills and come this way and follow the river back, but you know what, thankfully it was just straight over the Ballysagger and then descend down back into the finish of it there. Elevation, it's up and down all day, you can see it. Always kind of every time you went up, you were kind of just descending back down, and you weren't getting much respite at the bottom because you were straight back into another climb, up again, bottom, not much respite, climbing again, summit again, descend, not much respite again, over and over. So it was just kind of up down all day. But yeah, happy with the conditions to have taken that, and happy to go on the top of the leaderboard and take a few minutes off my own KOM and that. The average heart rate was pretty good, 142 for the full thing, considering there was some pretty kind of lofty climbs there, lots of double digit gradients and stuff. But 142 is okay. Kept the cadence pretty good as well, again considering lots of climbing. Power is good, pretty happy with all of that. Might get out again in better conditions and see, can we get that under 320? I reckon I've got it in the leg somewhere, but is anyone out there willing to give it a go? Definitely willing, hoping you will get out and test yourselves and give me a time to chase for the next one. So thanks a million for watching it this week, something a little bit different. I know the conditions didn't play out what I was hoping when I set off on the ride, but we got it done, we got the KOM, so all's good. And that's kind of bringing me to the end of a big week now. Just got the weekend, but there's storms coming in, so a few kind of turbo sessions to finish out the week, and then final preparations, final 3 weeks before we fly out to Mallorca. So that was the Fighting Squirrel KOM attempt, and KOM achieved. Thanks for watching.